There, hope everyone's well. So I'm going to do a reading today to see what is going on, where we're at with the energy for the Twin Flame Collective. So if you've not been to my channel before, it's where I talk about Twin Flame process, also known as Divine Path. And what they're saying right now is that we're at a culmination point. So it's what they've been saying for a while. Culmination point, so it's conclusion, and the coming about of many physical reunions for twin flames who've been in separation one way or another. Separation can mean many things. You can be in contact with someone but be in separation physically because you're not aligned. So it's always the vibrational alignment that has to happen before the physical connection emerges into something that is corresponding to the energetic connection. So the energetic connection is always about love and togetherness, because you're never apart, because you share the same vibration. However, physically it can look very different on the surface in the third dimension. So let's just see what they want to say about what is going on right now. So they're talking about a narrowing down of the perspective. That's what they just said. Let's see what we've got. Mother Earth coming out, so that's feminine principle, groundedness through the feminine, the one working from the feminine perspective. We've got manifestation coming about from that groundedness. With those two cards, I'm getting an energy, really like an energy of freedom as well. So it's kind of like a letting go. Oh, they're saying letting go of the whole story that you've been through, basically, is what's coming about. So the culmination process is the letting go of everything that was part of this process, ultimately, at the end of it. So you let go of everything. That's what they're talking about. You let go of all the what you've witnessed so far, they're talking about. You let go of all of it. They're saying you're coming to a new understanding of things. Six of Pentacles, that's back and forth, masculine to feminine. So that's, you can count that as in yourself. You can count that as going back and forth energetically towards the one that you're connected to, and then coming to you as well, energetically. All energetically. Even though Six Pentacles is physical, but this is standing for masculine and feminine. So let's just put one more down, see if it says anything about anything else on that. Three of Pentacles, so creating in the physical, basically, through the balance of masculine and feminine energetically. So what you bring about in your physical reality is through your balance, through your energetic equilibrium. 0 point is manifestation energy, basically. So harmonized, balanced state of being within yourself. It's also that centered groundedness in the feminine principle. So that's one working from the feminine perspective. Right, so this is where we've been. This line is the past. So that's what's come about. Through the transmutation, they're saying, of twin flame energy, that's what comes about. Centered, grounded, feminine. We've got Ace of Swords, that is brand new communication. So this is the now line. So this is what's coming about through what's been, through this like grounding of the feminine, This is the person who's working from the feminine perspective, so the one that's working from the creator principle. So that's the one who's coming into alignment with the basically alignment, also with soul and earthly energy. So it's like alignment. It's coming into your soul being within your earthly personage. It's like working from your higher self as incarnated as you. Those things as well. So that's basically feminine creative principle. Where the feminine creative principle ends up is working from higher self within the human self. So it's perfect alignment within the self. So that's the wholeness and completion of the feminine principle as an incarnated being. That is the end result for the feminine and twin flame world. So like from the twin flame perspective, it's always a completion in self comes first, and that starts with the feminine because the feminine creates it within self. All right, not about anybody else or anything else or twin flames even. It's about the self. It's like you view this twin flame journey, see it as not like a straight line, but see it as a center point, and then it starts to move outwards, and it moves outwards in a spiral. So we're not looking at a spiral like that, like a number 8. We're looking at a spiral with a center, and then it starts to move outwards in like a circle spiral. And as you move outwards, you move further and further away from self, from your core, your centeredness. So it's like as you move outwards on the journey, there's a lot of being taken away from self, is what they're saying, in many different ways. And then the end point of the journey is coming back to self. So it's like you spiral back in, and you end up back in your centeredness. So it's like you let go of everything. You go through this journey of like witnessing and experiencing. They said being targeted, being targeted by narcissistic energy, negative energy from outside of yourself. It takes you away from yourself, but you learn a lot. There's a lot of wisdom that comes in on that journey, a lot of understanding of, what you see and experience. Ends up taking you right back to where you started, but you're new. You've become reborn, in essence, because of everything that you've understood along the way. So you come back to yourself at the end of the journey, completely back to yourself, like as a reformed, like you in higher understanding. So it's in your higher self, right? Okay, next. Right in the middle is 2 of Cups. So that is twin flame mirroring, this card is. So you got like, if you look at the cards, so just explain this, because this is quite interesting. All the cards, obviously, you might know this, represent different things. So the 2 of Cups is emotions. So just leaving that aside for a minute, just get the other ones out of the way. So 2 of Wands is energetic. So the 2 of Wands would represent the energetic link between 2 individuals who have got a very, very strong link. Strongest of all links is twin flame because it's got the shared vibration, but you can have other really, really strong links out there. Soulmates, people will call them. You could have like these, I think this is a bit weird, I don't know what you'd call it, but I've seen this before. You can have a really strong energetic link between like a mother and a son, father and a daughter. Mother and a son can be really, really strong. So I don't know if you call that twin flame. You might. I mean, I guess you could. I think it's like 1 point off a shared vibration or something. Like 1% off. So twin flame is 100% shared vibration, basically. There's others that get close to that. Just look at it that way. There's many ways you could look at it, and it's not just like one size fits all, but you could, to explain it in the way that you read energy, you could explain it like that, for example. Doesn't mean that it's nothing to like worry about or get all curious about. It just is, they say. just is. For whatever reason, whatever that those people have come here to like deal with. Two of Pentacles. Pentacles is physical world, so that's where you're looking at two people. Also, but very, when it comes up in a reading like this, it would be about that those people have a bond, they're going to be together, basically, in the physical world, the actual incarnated people. And then you get Two of Swords. Two of Swords is a decision card, really, so it's the only one that's not about two people. And really, it's about head and heart. So it's about two aspects, opposite aspects, is what Two of Swords is about. Two of Cups is emotional. In twin flame readings, it's about, this is how I always pick it up, is it's about the mirroring. So rather than the energetic connection or the physical incarnated people that carry the connection, it's about the mirroring back and forth. It's an emotional card. So it's saying, it speaks about one person's emotions being the same in the other, because although you've got a shared vibration and a shared energetic link, you're sharing the same emotional output and input, basically. You're mirroring it back to each other, even if you're not in physical communication. You experience another person's emotions basically coming through you. So, that really. So we've got that in the middle, right? So there's mirroring going on. When you fully come back to yourself, like, I said, there's freedom here. There's like a sense of freedom I'm picking up, and a lack of engagement they're talking about energetically. So this is like when, for example, you're on this twin flame journey process, and you go through periods where you don't feel the energy anymore, and it's like you feel completely detached from it, almost like you never went through it. You can have, and that can be a momentary thing. So it's not like doesn't last forever. But you just have these moments where you feel like, well, what's that? Because I don't feel anything anymore. I don't feel that I don't actually feel like I'm in a generation, like generating any kind of energetic link with anybody, or that they're generating it with me, or that it even exists. So it's a freedom, basically, from it. It's a detachment. So like this sense of completion point for the feminine is also detachment from the whole, from the engagement of what was. So that's what they're saying right now is going on, is that there's a detachment in the energetic link. However, or what feels like, I should say, because there is never any detachment, right? It just feels like there is. However, right, so you've got a freedom and like what feels like a detachment in the energy itself, like the energetic link. However, you've still got mirroring back and forth in emotion. So there's due vigilance, right, with this work that you do as a twin flame, and it's work that you do. So it's not like, because part of the process as well is coming into your power fully over the process. So it's understanding that you're not at the will of the process, but you have power over the process. But that only happens at the end of the process that you get that, because you fully come back to self, and that's when your entitlement in having power over the process occurs. So with that, that's where we are now, is you have this wisdom over the emotions, basically. The Magician is also quite a wisdom card as well, because it's saying you've got everything that's required, all the tools that are required to basically manifest, is what that's about. It's a real cleared energy, And the Two of Cups with the emotional reflection. So it's knowing that you are, even though you don't feel an energetic connection, you could be like, well, I don't felt like I never went through that. Like that's not happening anymore. Like bam, like you're in the third dimension and it's all just, your life's revolving around that again. But you are actually connected, and the emotional connection never goes even though you might feel like you're detached energetically, your emotions aren't detached. Remember that. Let's see what this one says. We have the Knave of Swords, Page of Swords. This is about messages, lessons. It's a mind card, so it's mind communication. We can also have telepathy with this, basically. So where you've got the mirroring with the emotions, you've also got mind telepathy that goes on with the twins, basically, communication. So look at what comes in through your mind at this juncture where we're at right now, because anything that's coming in through your mind that is resplendent in an emotional way, so like anything that is causing emotion that comes through the mind, look at that, because that is connection. So that is you get these, you have had and you will have, depending on where you're at, moments of clarity around what is yours and what is theirs in terms of what you're feeling. So for example, I've had suicidal ideation that's come through, and it's come through from my twin, and at the really not that long ago, last week, I had a slice of that come in just before sleep. So I had a thought that came in, and I felt my vibration drop down to the floor, like bam. And it was a thought of, I just want to leave. I just want this. I just want to get out of here. I just want out of this now. I just want to die, basically. So, and when I noticed that coming, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I see clearly. I've got clarity. That's not me. That's not my thought. So I was caused to, at the moment, bounce my vibration back up and just be like, no, 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 we're not having any of that. We're not going to be thinking that. That can stop right now. In a very authoritative manner. And it wasn't like years ago where I've had that kind of thought come in and it's overtaken me completely, and I have been that thought, and I have emotionally felt that thought, and I have started to feel that way myself when I didn't know or had no control over what was being brought to me by the one I'm connected to. So this is like, no, even though you're maybe feeling a detachment from the energy itself, that what comes through to you through your mind, in terms of thoughts that lead to emotions, is never just your own. It's always coming, well, not always, I mean, you have your own thoughts, obviously, and your own emotions, but when the feminine principle is cleared and ready for takeoff, ready for the feminine comes to completion, like they said, then the masculine will come to completion, and that is due to the feminine coming to completion. So the masculine can't complete on their own. The masculine is not a creator, they're a destroyer. So the masculine energy will just let go as the feminine holds on to her balance and her centeredness and her control. And that is around what is mirroring back and forth, which is the emotions. Your emotions are created through your mind. These are the mind cards, right? So you can't allow your emotions to become what's being sent to you through the mind of the one that you're connected to. So you have to own, much more than owning yourself now, you're owning them. You're owning what is in them. So by you not allowing yourself to create the negative emotion that comes from their thoughts, you are then reflecting back to them the emotion that they are requiring for their completion. So their emotions will become steady, sober, they're saying, a sense of sobriety in the emotions, a sense of equilibrium, a sense of sanity in the emotions, which is a fulfillment of it's a required fulfillment. So at the end of this, required for fulfillment of their completion. So at the end of this journey of you're completing them. So you're still energetically linked, but it's moving beyond where it was, that's all. So let's just see what is down here. So this is where we're at right now, okay? You're completing the masculine. The feminine is completing the masculine through what's being brought to them through the feminine's mind. and what could trigger you, because your mind takes you to your emotions. Of course it does, because you think something and then you start to feel an emotion because of what you're thinking. When you're at the end point, you do, or very, very clearly do. Maybe not like earlier on, but at the end point you do. So look at what's coming in the mind, steady the emotions around it. Don't let your emotional self get caught up in the mind and go towards these, like drop down vibration, because you're feeling like you can choose, basically, is what they're saying. You can choose to not feel the emotion that's generated through certain thoughts if you choose to like say no to the thought, because this thought's not your own, it's theirs. So say no to it, and then you won't generate that emotion, and neither will they. Simple as that. Let's go down here. This is where we're going to. Four of wands. Wands is vibrations, energy. Four is stability, ultimate mastery. Fours are mastery. So we're looking at stability and the vibration. It's coming from the feminine, communicating it, basically. And it's also coming to the masculine. It's shared vibration. So you complete your vibration first. You're then doing this work, right, of bringing them into the same vibration, bringing them into this steady vibration that you've got. You've got to shut this process down inside of them so that they can share the vibration. Because it's management, this, right? It's a management technique. Management is mastery. Look at it that way. So mastery is not just a how should we say it? Mastery is not something that just comes about by you not being in mastery of it. For want of a better way of saying it, mastery is you mastering something. So this is what you're mastering here, what comes to you in the mind and leads to whatever emotion. You're saying no. Do you remember that advert? It's on in the UK. I don't know if it was America or Canada or Australia or anywhere else, but it was in the UK, and it was just say no, basically. So it was an advert. It was for drugs, but just say no. So this is about thoughts. Just say no to the thoughts. Don't allow them in. We've got wands vibration. So we're looking at mastery over this vibration. It's not about you anymore, though. It's about them. So you're mastering it for them. Once you've mastered this, right, what comes through the mind and leads to the emotions, you're harnessing them into your vibration of completion. And once that's done, they're complete, all right, on their own. Once that's done, let's just put another down here, and that work will finish. So you won't be doing that anymore. So it's almost like the energetic link. You stop feeling the energy, so this can be done. Right, let's see what else. Now we've got 8 of Cups, and that's returning to something that's loved. It's coming back again, circling back to get someone, basically. So we've got this circling back to get someone coming in the future. Once the vibration's steady and balanced. And it's a card that works from the heart as well. It's Cups. So it's coming back for love, basically. And then we've got 5 of Cups as well, and that is something that is unseen. It's love that's unseen but still exists. It's a 5, so it's changeable as well. So just be aware of that as well. Let's see what's underneath. 2 of Wands, energetic connection. So, and that's underneath the 2 of Cups, which is the emotional connection. So it's almost like the energy steps away, you could say. I mean, these connections, when they're at work, when you're in process of this connection, it appears in many different dimensionally different ways. So the connection comes through the mind, it comes through the heart. So that means it comes through the mind, it comes through the emotions. It comes through. It's an energetic link that that's the work that's got to be done, basically. So that's what it's about. It's about work. It's not really about anything else but that. It's about, you could call it soul work, you could call it energetic work, you could call it vibrational work. It's really about fulfilling your ultimate destiny, which is your mastery of your vibration. That's the destiny. The two individuals must in mastery of their vibration, basically. And at the end of the process, when the feminine is in her completion, has completed, and then she's completing for the masculine, their vibration, the masculine is literally letting go and letting go and letting go and letting go. So that's how they complete. They just let go of shit, basically. I'm going to put some more down now. Let's see what else. So what they let go of is what's not in their heart, basically. And the completion point beyond that, so you've got feminine completion followed by masculine completion, and then you have the total completion, or how did they describe it at the beginning? They used another C word. They all seem to be C words, don't they? Completion, conclusion. I think they said conclusion. So let's just have a look at this. Oh, look. King of Swords is coming out on the emotional mirroring, the emotional. It's more than a connection. It's the emotions are mirrored. They're the same. You're feeling their emotions. So you've got masculine truth on that. So I think I said before in a video, the truth, first of all, the truth is their vibration. So your truth, first of all, is your completion, which is your ultimate, which is your powerful vibration, and your mastery of your vibration, and your ability to manifest through your vibration, which is your mastery of vibration. Because once you master your vibration, you're able to manifest anything. So that's the mastery. And it's the sense of power, and it's the sense of authority, and it's the sense of your destiny being fulfilled within yourself. So your completion point, you can feel that when that's happened. You can feel this sense of you're changed inside yourself. You're coming to a place where you're like freed from all the resistance that you've been through on this journey, a resistance to operating from your higher self, a resistance to being in lower self as well. So you're freed from dark energy being around you. So you're freed from negativity, you're freed from worry, you're freed from stress. I don't mean that those things don't try and show up in your life, because they will do, but you're freed from this fear. You're freed, you've healed yourself from the fearful place that you were in, where you worried about everything and you stressed about everything and you scratched your head about everything and you frowned about everything, you know, and you sweated the small stuff and you got triggered. So you're freed from the fear that's surrounding you, and you're master of your own destiny in that respect. Once you're freed from fear, you're master of your destiny, because you're no longer troubled by fear itself. Fear is the only thing that stops people from manifesting, stops people from being in high vibration, stops people being in the vibration of manifestation, because they worry about things, and that stops them from manifesting. So the end of the journey for the feminine is this being just in this sweet spot of being able to basically be in the energy of, it's that energy. Saying it again, completion energy, vibration. And then you've got the devil coming out on that, which is energy. It's the energetic link between two twins. It's like what you can't ever let go of, basically. Let's put one down here opposite it. The moon. So still working with the moon. There's one coming next week, I think. Or is it the end of this week? End of next week. It's on the Friday next week, I think. At least in England it is. So we've got another moon coming, which is relevant to the connection. Something will shift again, no doubt, because this has come in since the last moon, right? This clarity, what we're calling clarity here, around what comes in the mind and the emotions in relation to the one working from the masculine, which is like their truth resides in you, your ability to not just maintain your emotional equilibrium, which it is actually, but more than that, know that you're building momentum every time you say no to these thoughts that create emotion in you that are coming from them, and by that you're transmitting back to them what is being created in their physical personage. transmitting, creation, vibration. Let's have a look down here opposite that vibration. Happiness. See, happiness, when it comes about through no fault of its own, right? That's what they just said. Happiness, when it comes about through no fault of its own, it's like it's not created through anything that you have to have or do or be. It's just what it is. The happiness is everything else being let go of. That's all it is. So if you let go of every single thing that you think that you should worry about, or if you let go of everything that you haven't got that you think you should have, or have ever thought that you should have, that's including this one here, this one that's working from the masculine. If you let go of everything that's contrary to happiness, you can only be happy. That's absolutely all that there can be if you let go of everything. So basically that's the fear again, right? When you let go of everything that is fearful, so that's like everything that you're ashamed about or ever have been ashamed of, everything that you're worried about or ever have been worried about. And we're looking at the future there as well, right? Because you're creating this in the future and it's coming from healthy vibration. Is letting go of anything that you think you should have in the future. You've got to let go of that as well. And in fact, you will let go of it. I'm saying you've got to because you do, because you will. Not because you've got to, but because you will. And that's how I know you've got to, because I know you will. So it's like you let go of this person that you want. You also let go of when will this person be coming back to me, that kind of thing. Those two questions aren't allowed in the vibration. I did a reading with someone yesterday, actually. It was very, very funny because they tell me this to me all the time because I ask it. I'm not so often anymore. I've gone down to like, from like, at one point it was about 1 million times a day. And I've gone down to like, maybe once every, I don't know, 2.5 days to it, just because it became automatic. So now I've got it down. I've shed it. I shed all that. So you will stop doing that, basically. You do stop doing that at the end of the process. You let go of everything, basically. And once you let go of everything, only happiness exists. You see, ultimately, this connection that you've got, when it comes, because it comes back in the physical, right? We've got what's being transmitted creates in the physical. We've got vibration and happiness. So it's created through the happiness. 2 3s, and that's all creation. And as you come into this point here, this point of reference, right, this circling back to yourself and becoming whole within yourself, all this stuff, like, and you spiral outwards on this journey, like they said, and you go out and out and out and out and out and out and out, and it's all negativity, and you're experiencing and witnessing, and then you circle back in again to yourself after you see all that, and there's the backwards movement is a lot quicker than the forward movement. As you come back into self, you come back in quite quickly, and it's like you let go of it all. You let go, let go, let go, let go, everything's let go of. Let go, 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 let go. Sorry, it's quite a lot of letting go, and then you end up back at yourself, and that's where you shed it all, and you're just happiness, and then your fulfillment in the destiny is you're completing the fulfillment in destiny, because it's like, you have light bulb moment after light bulb moment after light bulb moment that stops you being corded by negative energy after that. And this is fulfilling the whole connection. So it's happiness in every moment, basically, that's fulfilling the connection. It's like popping fat. I'm going to use an analogy because I've just been for some fat busting. So they talk about things as they experience the reality, right? So I've been for one of those treatments where they put a thing over your stomach and it bursts the fat bubbles. So it's like they're talking about it being like that. So it's like as you let go, you're bursting a bubble. You're bursting all these bubbles of fear, right? And you're not just bursting them in yourself. You're bursting them in for both of you. So it's pop, 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 pop. All the fear is letting go of. And you let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. And it's letting go in them as well because you let go. And ultimately your happiness, if there is a final completion point for the feminine, that I would say is beyond the complete completion. And I'm sorry I talk like this, but this is how they talk, all right? It's not nonsense. It's complete. You have like so many levels of completion in this journey. If there's one thing that survives beyond your completion of yourself, it's the creating more happiness. And like they're saying, it's a happiness that is coming from nothing. It's a happiness that is coming from the freedom to exist beyond having or doing or wanting or being anything. It's a happiness in the moment that comes from just existing, because you're no longer corded by anything in the physical dimension that would say that you need to feel anything but happiness. So in that respect, you are free from the physical dimension to a great degree, because you are not revolving around it anymore, but you're in it. You're in it, but you're not being corded by it, so you're free from it. So you return to self and you return to the physical dimension in a completely different way. And you're still, being enlightened as to like moment to 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 moment. They're saying survivor to thriver. So you're moment to moment, moment in thrive, 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 which is happy, 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 happy. And you're not letting go of your own happiness in any given moment. And that is work, all right? Because that's a choice point. Like I say, you've got this clarity here around what's coming in through your mind. But there's a lot of time on this journey where it is you are in control of the process itself. So again, if you look at this dot in the middle and the spiraling outwards, that's the process where you're not in control of self, because you're taken away from self to go through this process. You spiral back in, you let go of everything that was the process, you return to self, and you're harmonized, and then you are in a point of recognition. All right, so then it's a choice point. So then, like they say, you're working, still working around clarity of what comes through the mind, and not allowing yourself to get caught in what is not your emotion, basically. What is not your emotion, it's their emotion. So like I say, when I had last week, a few days ago, I think, just before I went to sleep, this suicidal thought come in. I was like, no, I'm not going to be going with that one. Absolutely not. And that's, like they say, that's control, it's mastery. So still work, right? Because I chose happiness instead. I chose, no, I'm going to be happy. I just like, no, I'm going to feel all right. I'm going to feel all right now. I'm going to feel all right tomorrow when I wake up. I'm not going to be feeling like that anymore. And neither are you, I said, by the way, because you can talk to them as well, the one that you're connected to. You can talk to them like they are you, because they are you. And you are telepathic and you do communicate through your mind. So, why not? If it's available, do it at this juncture, basically. All that communication there, that's what they're saying, isn't it? And the King of Swords, which is communication as well. Let's go with these. The Magician, we've got the Emperor. So manifesting, Emperor is physical manifestation of the one that's working from the masculine perspective, basically. So it's all working towards the manifestation of that, basically. Let's see what this 8, this is love coming back. And then we've got Ace of Wands coming out on that. So it's like potential. You have potential with the 8. Did I say 8 wands? I meant 8 cups. 8 of cups and Ace of Wands. So you've got potential there. You've got energetic potential on what could come back to you love-wise. So this is a spiral in the 8. So this would say that something can come back and go away again, come back and go away. So I would just say that take that as what it is. Know that whatever, you've got these 2 wands, right? 2 wands, not wands. You've got the Magician and you've got the Ace of Wands. So this is like a beginning of something new as well. The masculine energy manifest, coming back in, but you've also got to know that you've still got energetic connection taking place beyond this physical connection. So just be aware that it's a tentative rediscovery, basically, is what they're saying, of each other, and to not go overboard. You've still got to let go, basically, It's all about letting go. So you might have to like curl your toes up or something and claw your toes up rather than trying to rush forward. Is what they're saying. And if you are curling your toes up, then remember to stretch them out again, because you've got to like resist basically from rushing forward with things that are still newborn, is what they're saying. Um, resist the urge to control and dominate is what they just said. All right. Or no matter how excited you are, I get people being really excited, like children jumping for joy at the, and really like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I can't believe this is finally happening. So just like, chill out. That's what they just said. Chill out, take it easy. No, it's not going away. The best thing you could have in your vibration is to just know it's not going away again. So that would really say you're not having any disbelief in your vibration, or that oh my God in your vibration. Just be like really non-committal is what they're saying. Like really nonchalant. Like, oh yeah, okay, hi, yeah, good to hear from you. Nice to hear from you. Yeah, how are you? Nothing, nothing dramatic. Because remember, it's energetic, so you don't want to like go having it spiral away from you because you're getting all drama, drama, drama. So just, it's not a drama, it's inevitability. Take it as such. That's your power. That is your power, all right? We've got resistance. 7 of Wands, that's resistance energetically towards what's being delivered, communication. So this could be also, because we've got this in the coming in point, I would say actually that this is what, because these things are starting to happen now with people, they're starting to get communications. I feel like I'm last, again, always last to the party. But everybody else is starting to get communications. So, and it's starting to emerge into a physical alignment as well as a purely energetic alignment. So, with that, it's like don't cause resistance to what it is. I think that's just what they were saying. Really, you've got to be, you be aware of what you're putting into your vibration. Your vibration is the thing that counts still, even when you are communicating. Be it physically, emotionally, mentally, it doesn't matter. In whatever way you're communicating, you don't want any resistance in there. Backstories, they're talking about backstories. This is like the past. So it's things that have happened before, things that you might not have liked and what showed up before in that physical connection, ways that they might have been, things that they might have said and done. Or we could be talking about relationships they've had with other people there. We could be talking about the one they had with you. All these anything there that's like the backstory. Just leave it alone, basically. It's going to cause resistance if you bring things from the past up. You want clarity. You just want clarity is clearness, right? It's like nothingness. So you want nothing in your vibration that's disharmonious. And that's around this connection as well as anything about yourself. So you want it all clear in yourself. You've got to remember, well, hopefully you're at a place now where you're thoroughly in self-worth, self-value. So there's no like having to remind yourself of how much value you have. Hopefully you're there already. If not, remember to just keep creating that in every moment. If you're getting contrary thoughts to that, to like negate those with more positive ones. So you want all that cleared in you. And then you remember you're creating through yourself what's created in them. So you want clarity in you and you're going to have clarity in them. Clarity of purpose they're talking about. So your purpose is what you make it to be. So your purpose, you want this going forward, right, into a physical connection that is manifested in exactly the way you want it to be, right? That is smooth going, that's easy communication, that is kind-hearted and generous, that is high-minded, high-spirited, fun, love, all this kind of stuff, right? So you've got to be that to have it. You have to be it to have it. You can't create it by trying to control it in another. You can only create it in yourself, and they'll mirror it back to you. So that's what you need in yourself. So don't cause resistance to what you get in the physical by what it is you're not putting into being yourself, basically. And know that that's how you bring your physical life about, is you be it, and it's going to show up around you. And then it's a hands-off approach in terms of the one that you're connected to energetically. It's not manipulating or controlling or cajoling or anything like that with the other one into what you want them to be, because you can't do it that way. You can't even do it that way with someone that you're not connected to, let alone someone that you are connected to. So, and also it's lower energy, it's negative, it's old paradigm, and it's not what you're here for. So purpose, your purpose is to operate from a high-minded, higher perspective, from your higher self. That's what you're here for, so have to do that, right? There's no get out clause on that. So that's the mission potential in this, because your mission is yourself, and your purpose is yourself, and how you operate yourself within the physical dimension in accordance with what you are in an energetic way, which is a vibration of oneness, right? The vibration of oneness, which come about in two individuals to symbolically unify, basically show a unified potential, is what they're saying, to the whole of humanity through that connection. So the backstory one day will be a completely different backstory anyway, won't it? Because the backstory will be, look at what happened there, alone and apart for however long, and then back together because love conquers all, right? So your backstory is your backstory you're creating right now, not a backstory that you used to have. Because you circled back to yourself, didn't you? And you ended up complete and new. So there is no backstory in regard to you and them. You're new, they're new, you're both complete as individuals. And then you conclude, and the conclusion is the beginning of it all again. So let's have a look at this. Chariot, that is harmonized masculine and feminine energy brought together. It's a spiritual vehicle, a soul vehicle, the Merkaba, whatever you want to call it. And that is twin flame, it's oneness, basically. Coming back to oneness. So the vibration comes back to oneness in each, it's what they just said, in each individual. You circle back to yourself, you're complete, you're generating happiness through completion. That's why they're saying the happiness is still the work beyond the completion, because through that completed aspect of self, you're generating happiness in every moment, right? In your vibration, but beyond your vibration, because when you're manifesting it through your vibration, it's becoming, in effect, an energy that you're putting out into the physical world, an energy of hope, an energy of enlightenment, an energy of higher thoughts, higher perspective, higher will, you see, you're always going to be incarnate in a physical vehicle as a human being, with whatever label you've got on you, whatever name you've got on you. But what you generate through your vibration and put out in a physical sense out into the world, that's your purpose. So that is your mission, right? And that is for other people to see who you are and what you are. So it's you coming from your highest perspective, basically. So it's everything, right? It's everything that you are is where you are beyond your completion point, not just this integrated physical dimensional connection, manifested soul connection, spiritual connection into being, but it's everything that you are beyond that comes from you, that goes out into the physical world, and it's for you and it's for everybody else. So it's beyond you and the one that you're connected to, basically. Let's see, I'm going to put one more out on this. Head over heart, and that requires another one, and the sun, which is good. So basically keep making choices from the heart in every single moment. Follow your heart in every single moment. That means you don't worry. That's as simple as that gets. Because if you're worrying about things, you're not choosing to love yourself. That's as simple as it gets. So look at that and remember that when the worry comes in. Oh, I'm not loving myself because I'm worrying. That's as simple as that, right? And if you do that, then you're all good. The sun is, it's all good. Okay? Because you don't want any worry in your vibration going forward, basically. Ever. Not just going forward, but ever. It's a choice point. You don't want it, not for any reason. Why would you want it? Why would you want to worry? You don't need to worry. Nobody needs to worry. This is the cause and effect thing. If you worry, you get worry. If you don't worry, you get whatever isn't worry. you get happiness. It's a letting go. You let go of the worry, you get happiness. It's as simple as that. So it's quite simple at the end of this, at this ending point. It's quite simple because it's all about nothing. It's all about letting go. It's not about having to do this or having to do that, or it's just let go, let go, let go, let go. Let go of worry, let go of worry, let go of worry. Let go of shame as well. Shame is a worry, basically. It's always coming in and like, oh, maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have said that. Oh, no, no, no. It's always coming in like that worry. All right, so that's when you've got to let go, basically. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. That's the worry. Let go of that one, all right? I'm going to put one more in the middle. Oh, I didn't put one into... Yeah, look, 3, pain. You see, the thing is, when you're choosing heart over head, they're choosing heart over head. So when you're choosing not to worry about, and this is like every single moment of every single day, that's all you have to do is let go of worry. They will let go of worry. When they let go of worry, they follow their heart like you're doing. Follow the heart. When you come back to yourself, you see you've done that journey. You might have had to travel. You might have had to go out into the world. You might have had to go and, immerse yourself in all this stuff and deal with this stuff. And that's the work as well, right? And then you come back to self. So it's like all brought back to self. So the only thing is about the self at the end of the game. And that is about the worry that's in you. That's the worry that's in them. So you have to eliminate the worry in you. Let go of the worry in you, and they will let go of the worry in them. And as you continue moving forward, continue letting go of the worry. So all this stuff they're saying about backstory is worry. So continue to let go of everything that you don't want to be mirroring back to you right now and always, because you're going to get back what you give out, and what you are is what you give out, and you don't want to be worry. I've said it a million times, haven't I? Look, because energetic connection and 3 of swords, which is pain. So this pain is not yours, this pain is theirs. This pain is worry, this pain is a drop in vibration. This pain is like anywhere you feel yourself bottoming, I like to call it bottoming out. So when I feel like I drop vibration, and it could be anything from a slight feeling of fed up, it could be anything from a slight feeling of boredom, it could be anything from a slight feeling of life's not going anywhere, or what's this all about, or when's this going to happen, or is it going to happen, or all those negative questions that would state that you don't believe that you know the truth. Because the only thing you want in your vibration is your belief that you know the truth, that you know where this is, you know what's happening, you know where it's going, you know how it's coming about, you know it is coming about. You don't have to know when, because if you can't know when, basically, because the when point is where everything is cleared. And that can be any moment when everything's cleared. During mastery, basically, is what they keep telling me. Moon, you see, look, the moon on everything. Cups, 5 of cups, the love that's still there, that isn't, it's not visible. Look, it's under the surface, like the little beaver. Let's put one more out on that. Hanged Man, process. So it's a process, still moving, processing. One more. Happiness, 9 of cups. It's coming at the completion point. Happiness. This is the most happiness you can get in the 9 of cups. It's pretty much, it's happiness all the time. And like they said, that's about just letting go all the time of worry. Because if you let go of the worry, you'll be happy. There's no alternative. You have to be. You just will be. So process, happiness. One more. Higher self, feminine energy. So that's the highest understanding you can have. See, it's quite simple when it comes down to it, isn't it? I don't know why didn't they tell us all this at the beginning? We wouldn't have understood it. That's why. One more. Clarity. Knight of Swords. I think I'll leave it at that. So, no, I'm not going to leave it at that. I'm going to put one more down on that. See, that's clarity, right? Happiness, higher self, clearness, clarity. One more. Oh, you. See, I knew there was one more. Ace of Cups, that's love. Brand new beginnings in love. And that's the ultimate destiny. So that, no, I'm leaving it at that. So that's where we are right now. So that's where we're at. That's what's going on. I just thought I'd put that out there for anybody that wants to watch it. And I put an email address in the description box below if you want any readings or anything. Still doing Skypes and video readings. I do send out, if you email me, you get an automatic email reply. So please do read it. I know I can't control the physical world and what goes on in the physical world. I'd really appreciate it if you read it, because it's got all the instructions. And it just saves me from having to repeat email really boring logistical things back and forth to people. So yeah. All right then. I'm going to go. Lots of love. I hope you're all well. Take care. Enjoy processing the rest of this journey. And I'll be back shortly at some point, no doubt. All right, bye.